makes it that charismatic beast that a lot of us have wanted for a long time. This is a 2022 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Unlimited 392 in Snazberry Pearl Coat. It's a stock without the XR package, but I have 35s on it, well 315s. KM3s. Great tires for what I need. I've been doing a lot of riding on them, and I don't know, they hold up pretty well. You're out in the swamps of South Florida. Right now you're in Picayune Strand State Forest. And 3 months away from 2 years, and I've done 47,384 miles in less than 2 years on a Jeep Wrangler. And I've done a lot of highway driving, a lot of city driving, sitting in traffic, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, on the highway here. It's had its run of usage in all different kinds of situations. It's been in the mountains in the Carolinas, it's been on the beaches, it's been in the swamps, Everglades. It's had its share, and it's held up well. Here we are out in this extremely windy day, 82 degrees. It's today's date, January 9th, 2024. I wanted to discuss a little bit about, I've been seeing this a lot online lately, where people are talking about the 392s and investment wise. And if you're buying a vehicle like this as an investment, you are sadly mistaken. It's a great vehicle. It's a lot of fun, but it's a very expensive toy. I personally don't believe you're going to make money on a vehicle like this. There's too many of them being made. They're a whole hell of a lot of fun, but it's not an investment toy. It's a very expensive toy. It's a novelty, but it's not an investment. The amount of money that you're paying now, I don't see that ever being a recouping. And maybe sometime 40 or 50 years from now, who knows, but in the next few years or decades, I don't see it happening. They're building so many of them, and they are fun and they're unique, but this isn't a Ferrari or a Lambo or something. I just don't see it happening. And as somebody who, I'm a car guy, I've got a few vehicles, a few motorcycles, swap vehicles fairly often, but when I came upon this, I determined that I was going to daily drive it. I knew right off that I wasn't buying it as an investment. And I bought in 22 when they were still, you know, I don't want to say relatively cheap, but they were priced a lot cheaper than they are now at 100 grand or whatever it's coming out to. And yeah, there's been some upgrades, but to me, the upgrades aren't worth 20 grand. A live axle and a bigger screen and a new grille, not worth 20 grand. Now that may change as I keep racking up the miles here, but at this point, I don't see it changing. A Jeep holds their value pretty well, but right now these things are taking a beating. The blue book value of mine now is way down from where I bought it. I paid about 84 out the door, and now this thing is somewhere down around 62 for the miles I have on it. You can't go into a vehicle like this thinking it's going to be an investment, because it is not going to be an investment. It's an expensive toy. It's an expensive novelty toy. maybe someday, decades from now, it'll be worth more than what you paid for it. But right now, I don't see it happening. And it's a great vehicle. You know, I saw something or somebody brought up the Broncos are still holding out their values and stuff. The Broncos came out, a couple years now. They're still new. There's still people that are all pumped by the Bronco. But let's face it, the Bronco was nothing special. It was just a Bronco. The good thing for Jeep people is that it forced Jeep to make the 392. And it makes some incremental changes that they probably should have done a long time ago. With all that being said, 392 is a great vehicle and it's a lot of fun. And I'm very happy with my decision to buy this one. It does what I need it to do the way I need it done. It does everything and it can do it all. It's a muscle car, it's a convertible, it's a daily driver, and it's a four-wheeler. So you can do what you want, where you want. And there's a lot of vehicles that can do three of those, but not many that add the muscle car into it. And that's the engine is what takes it over the top. So I've got nothing against Broncos. I've owned a few back in the day. They rusted out really bad, but they were fun. Took one out for a ride. And yeah, you know, it was the Raptor version, but without the big engine, it just sucked. It didn't have the oomph. It didn't have that edge that makes this one so much different than a regular 6-cylinder Jeep. And that's the key here. Like for a Jeep person, for a Wrangler person, there's a huge difference between the 6-cylinder and the 392. The power, the delivery, the sound, the feel, you know, they had to beef up the frame for the 392. Whatever geometry tricks they had to do. I know I read somewhere that they used the axles out of a Gladiator because they were slightly wider. The track width was slightly wider than a standard Wrangler. But a great thing is that with a 392, you get all the greatness of a regular Jeep, regular Wrangler, and all the fun, but then you add on a whole nother act of fun. You know, it's like the second act, and it's huge fun. The 392 just brings the vehicle to the next level. It makes it that charismatic beast that a lot of us have wanted for a long time. Factory beast. Having dropped some V8s into Wranglers over the years, it's never the same as a factory vehicle. Some places can do it better than a factory vehicle. But if you want a factory warranty and everything that goes along with the purchase of a factory vehicle, this is the V8 for you. Practical? Hell no. Fun? Absolutely. Is it worth the money? As long as you buy it realizing it's a toy and not an investment, then yeah. If you can swing it, go for it. Just because something's made in low numbers doesn't make it valuable. Buy it, drive it, have fun with it, make some memories, but don't buy it as an investment. Buy it because it's an insane beast of a vehicle, and if it makes you money down the road, great. But just because something is built in lower numbers doesn't mean it's going to be valuable. It's fun, but the Off-Road Plus turns this thing into a beast. It turns it into a different vehicle. The dynamics are completely different. The feel is completely different. It shifts different, shifts quicker, much quicker. It's much quicker off the line. Everything happens just more instantaneously when you're in Off-Road Plus. Okay, Picked up the 392 about 20 miles ago. Got my 35s put on before I left the dealership. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Ah, the monsoon that is Florida summer. What's going on over there? I got some fenced off. The thing is, we're just going out into the middle of the swamps here. It is a nice beach day right now before the rains come. Pretty nice right now. Might be raining out. Talking that whole time with the microphone on. I don't see the signs for that. Content link. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right before the thunderstorms will start cropping up anytime now. Every afternoon we have rain. Big thunderstorms every afternoon for about 4 months, on and off. But pretty much you can count on it. It's either going to rain in the morning or in the evenings, but it's going to rain. Day after the hurricane. Beautiful out right now. It's like 82 degrees. I'm surprised there's not people around here though. I see little tables and stuff tipped over. Sun's just in the wrong spot.